Welcome back. In this lecture, we are going to apply run animation for our character. Before we are going to apply run animation, let's fix some errors. As soon as I press play button. Here you can see when our rotating platform collide with the above spikes, it did not go smoothly. The reason is that just select the spikes, your top spike, and go to the composite collider 2D and check the option is trigger. So when I press play, now you can see when our rotating platform passing through the spike, it did not collide with the spike platform. Now select the player, and first I want you show go to window tab and select animation and bring the animator tab. Here you can see all the animations of our player. Similarly, you can also check the animations for default platform, rotating platform, and fan platform. As you know how to create animations, you can see the animations in animator tab. Now select the player, and here we set some parameters and conditions. Let's see, let me zoom it, and as soon as we launch the game, our player is in idle state. I want to change the state of our player from idle to run. So for this, I have to set some conditions. Obviously, you know the speed at idle is 0, and when we start walk or running, our speed is different. So for this, first of all, I am going to create a float variable and name it velocity. Perfect. Now I am going to set some condition for this. Select the idle, press mouse right click button and make a transition, and similarly now select the player run and make a transition from run to idle. Now select the idle, and from idle to run select this transition has exist time 0, so I do not want any delay in transition from player to idle. So here you can see a tab of conditions. Click on plus icon and select the velocity. What it should do, if the velocity is greater than 0.1, if the velocity is greater than 0.1, what it should do, our player start running. And now select from run to idle state. Similarly, just has exist time 0 and set the transitions duration 0. Now what it will do, set the condition if the velocity less than 0.1, our player change its state from run to idle. Now open the player script and go to the player movement method, and here set the just a line of code, and as you know we have initialized the animator, so just type player anim dot set float, as we have take a variable float, set float, and pass the parameter name as, which we name as it velocity, and what we will do, we are going to write a math function, math f dot absolute abs and player rigid body. Now we are player RB dot velocity dot x at x-axis. Now save it. Now run the game. Just see, when we press the play, our player start running. Here I want to show you, just see it, bring it here and check the states. When I press play, here you can see our player change its condition from player idle to run. So that's it for this lecture. In next lecture we will set other animations when our player is fall, when our player is getting hurt. See you in next lecture.